energy ETFs are exchange-traded funds that invest in companies that are involved in producing energy via sustainable methods, or companies that are just otherwise involved in clean energy. These methods include developing clean energy technologies or producing the materials needed for clean energy companies. I want to talk about some of the pros and some of the cons that you as an investor need to know before you invest in a clean energy ETF. I am not a qualified financial advisor, so everything I say in this video should not be taken as financial advice. Renewable energy and other clean energy technologies are the fastest growing energy sources in the US. You've probably heard of climate change, you've probably heard of global warming, and I'm sure you've heard of renewable energy. It's getting a lot bigger as time goes on, and for good reason. And that makes clean energy ETFs a really upcoming type of ETF that you may want to get involved with as an investor. Between the years of 2000 and 2018, clean energy has doubled in output, and this is only going to continue and if not grow more rapidly. The visibility of global warming and the visibility of renewable energy sources and clean energy has really increased, and even governments now are being forced to act on this. And this gives investors a potential opportunity for some massive gains in a growing sector as clean energy market shares continue to increase. If you're putting money into something, your hard-earned money, you're going to want to feel good about where that money's going. And for some people, just the potential gains on that investment will be enough. But for others, they want to know that they are putting money into something that they believe in, and especially not something that they think is going to contribute to global warming and the future of the earth. If you are someone that really wants to support renewable energy, then perhaps looking into a clean energy ETF will align with your personal beliefs and goals. Now we've got the pros out the way, let's look a little bit more into some of the cons, and then we'll look at historical performance and whether a clean energy ETF is right for you. Fossil fuels such as crude oil are still providing energy for the majority of the US. And this means that these companies that are using the fossil fuels are performing quite well. So if you're investing in clean energy ETFs, you're not going to get the gains seen by these companies. Clean energy is still quite a niche category in the energy industry. So there are far fewer ETFs that look at just clean energy companies. And this means that as an investor, you may really struggle finding an ETF that fits all of your needs. Over the past decades, clean energy is becoming a lot more popular, and people are actually turning to renewable energy sources instead of the traditional ones. But this being said, the performance data is not really reflecting this increase in clean energy as of yet. If we look at the Global Clean Energy Index, we can see that between April 2011 and July 2012, the index fell by about 66%, which shows that those clean energy companies really experienced a downturn. We then saw the index trade at a pretty steady price, but by May 2021, the index was up by more than 250% from its lows seen in 2012. With many more people focusing on climate change, renewable energy companies could really be a massive part of the energy sector in the future. This in turn gives such businesses the real potential to grow. How do you actually decide whether investing in a clean energy ETF is right for you? So I think the first thing to do is to look at the pros and the cons. So some of those will be what we've discussed today. Investors that are considering buying a share in a clean energy ETF firstly need to consider why they want to invest in the clean energy space to begin with. Although lots of people will believe that clean energy is the future, myself included, and that lots of these clean energy companies will see fantastic growth in the future, there's just no knowing when and if that will happen. So I think as an investor, you have some choices to make. The bottom line is that clean energy ETFs give a way for investors to be able to add sustainable energy companies to their portfolio. And many people agree that sustainable energy sources is going to play a massive role in fighting climate change. Sustainable energy has gained market share in the past decades, which means that the industry may have the potential to grow even more in the future. Let me know if you want me to do a video about the best clean energy ETFs that are out there that you can invest in. If you want to know what the best Vanguard dividend funds are that you can invest in, click this video here.